You may be feeling overwhelmingly lonely and isolated. I was thinking about all the times that I felt lonely and isolated, and one time in particular popped into my head. I packed the boys up. They were going to Dad's, got all their little bags ready, their little blankies and stuffies, and, had lots of little hugs, and Dad was on his way. And the whole time that I was hugging them and kissing them, inside my head, the tears were starting to build up. You see, up until the time when I transitioned through divorce, I spent most of my time with the boys. I saw them take their first steps, was there for their first words, fed them their sweet potatoes and fruits and meet all for the first time, had experienced all the firsts and all the love and all the hugs all the time. My work was flexible, so I was able to be around all of the time. That day, as they were saying goodbye to me and running to the car to say hi to Dad, I stood on the porch. I waved goodbye with a big smile on my face. I turned around and the tears started to pour out of my eyeballs. I don't know how long I laid down on the mudroom floor, but it was quite a long time. I just bawled and cried and cried. And I did this often. I really missed them when they left. I knew they needed to spend time with Dad just as much as they needed to spend time with me, but I missed them a lot. So I needed to do something about this. I needed to be more productive on the times that they weren't there with me. I needed to stop feeling so lonely. And I did a lot of reading. But the one thing that really helped me out personally, there were many things that I did to help myself along the way. I worked with a coach. I worked with a therapist. I did a lot of reading. I began meditating. I journaled. But this one day, it was Christmas. So Christmas was a hard time to be alone. So this one Christmas, I decided that as soon as they left, I was going to put my running shoes on and start jogging. So I did. Put my running shoes on, put my earbuds on, put some music on. Yeah, I was still crying at first, but I did it. I jogged, I walked, and when I got back home, I felt a little bit better. So slowly, one thing at a time, one little teeny step at a time, I made plans to help with my drastic feelings of loneliness and isolation. Loneliness is something that I think everyone experiences when transitioning through divorce. It's part of the journey. It's part of the process. The thing with friends and family is you can lean on them, talk to them, be with them, but eventually they have nothing else to offer you. They've got nothing else to say. They may even like Dad a lot. They may even like Dad more than they like you. They can only give you what they can give you, and that's it. I've got a great group of friends. Our kids have all grown up together. But the thing is, my friends are all married. I was the only one going through a divorce. So for me to expect them to understand what I was going through and be able to help me every day and all of the time was actually unfair of me. So what I decided was to transition through divorce on my own and with my coach and with my books and with my meditative practice and with my journaling and with my walking and exercise and diving into work. And I decided to do this for me, and I kept my friends then as friends. And I decided that my friends would be a great example for my boys to show them that divorce doesn't have to happen to everyone. Yes, it did happen to you. Yes, it did happen to your mom and your dad, but marriage, love, happiness, forever, they can see that with all of my friends and their kids who are part of their extended family. They are family. So it's something I'm very grateful for. It's a blessing that I have all these wonderful people in my life. My family, they were only so helpful as well. My parents gave me what they could give me, but it wasn't enough to help me work through and transition through divorce in the best way that I could for myself and my family. I think a real shift happened when I became aware of loneliness and isolation in my life, and I decided that I needed to do something about it. This is not about how you feel. If you're feeling isolated and lonely, I understand that. I get it. I've been there. You may not feel like going for a walk. You may not feel like journaling. You may not feel like exercising. You may not feel like joining a meetup group. But guess what? That is the first step. You will have to do something that is a little bit uncomfortable. Do something that is a little bit scary if you want to make shifts in your life. So that's it. Go for a walk. Give yourself permission to sit quietly on a bench or in your closet and get in touch with what I call the wise her. She's down there. She knows what is best for you. She's speaking to you all of the time. The thing is, you might not be listening. You might not be slowing down enough to be able to hear her. Give yourself that permission. Give yourself that permission to take the time to listen and to know what is best for you. Maybe it's journaling. Just start writing. Write down a couple things that you'd like to do tomorrow, a couple things that you'd like to do today. What are your dreams? What are your hopes? What are your goals? What do you want your family to be? What work do you want to do? What do you want? Just start writing some things down. Write a poem. Write a little story. That's a great thing to do. Join a meetup group. Meet some new people. You never know. You might make a new friend. You know, it's funny how loneliness and isolation, especially today with all the social media, Netflix, everything's so accessible, yet people are still lonely and feeling still isolated. And just know you are not alone. You could pick up a book, learn something new, sign up for a course. Think about what work you would like to do. Maybe you can't quit your job right now, but you could think about what work you would like to do and start that for an hour or two each week when the kids aren't with you. Start to pursue your dreams. What are your dreams? Slow down, give yourself some time in the midst of this, what seems chaotic and unreal and sad and painful. Give yourself some time to get in touch with your wise her, get in touch with your intuition, your gut, your dreams, your hopes, the things you've forgotten about. You may surprise yourself. I know I sure did. And I know that you're in there. She's there. Here's to you first. I hope to inspire you. I hope to give you that little boost of confidence that will help you move forward just a teeny bit to create massive shifts in your life. Thanks for being here with me today. And until next time, you are awesome.